Today's video is aimed at newer riders or people that are just getting into the sport. I put together a list of tips that will make this sport the most enjoyable it possibly can be. Buy good gear. Spend the money, spend the extra money, and buy good gear. Trust me, if you're cold or wet, you will not enjoy the sport no matter what. If you ball out on a 14 grand sled and cheap out and spend a couple $100 on gear, you're not gonna enjoy that sled, trust me. If you're cold, it's gonna suck. If you're wet, it's gonna suck. Make sure you buy good gear. Brands that are the most common you'll see: Climb, FXR, 509. Those are some of the best gear out there, and you can find pretty good clearance deals too, so you don't have to spend thousands, but spend a good amount of money and get good stuff to begin with. Trust me, it'll make your experience so much more enjoyable. Ride within your limits. I'm sure if you're just getting into the sport and you have friends that have been doing it for a while, they're gonna be faster than you, they're gonna be better than you. You're gonna be doing stuff that you can't. Don't try to match what they can do. Only do what you know how to do and you know you're capable of. A lot of accidents happen when people try to ride beyond what they know how to do, and they get themselves in a bad situation and end up hurting or killing themselves or someone else. Don't be that guy. If you can't see because of snow dust, slow down. I'm sure your buddies will wait for you. And if they don't wait for you, they're not good friends anyways. If you don't think you can take a corner as fast as everyone else while staying on your own side, slow down and take it at your own pace. There's no rush. Just ride how you're comfortable. Don't try to match other people and you'll be fine. Just always ride with a friend. Always ride with a buddy. No matter where you're going or what you're doing, always make sure you're with someone. It's always good to have someone with you because say your sled broke down and you were alone. What if no one on that trail passed you a day? Or what if you're in the backcountry and your sled broke down and you have no cell service? You have no one there with you. If you crash and get hurt, you're in the backcountry and get your sled stuck, you have someone there to help you undig it. If you crash your sled, you have someone there to give you a ride back and get you medical attention if needed. You never want to ride alone because you just never know what could happen. And like, why take that chance? Know your route. And what I mean by that is know where you're going. Like, have a plan before you head out and know what it is. So if something happens along the way and you need help, you know where you're at and you know how to get back to where you came from or how to get to where you're going. The last thing you'd want is for a buddy of yours you're riding with to crash and get hurt and you need to get help, or for a sled to break down and you guys need to get help and you don't know where you're going or what you're doing. Always make sure you have some sort of sense of direction. It's just good to always have a plan before you even head out for the day. Be proactive, and what I mean by that is do the pre-season maintenance on your sled. Make sure everything is good to go. Check your belt tension, check your carb eyes, check your brake lights, your headlights, grease your zerks. Make sure your oil's filled before you head out for the day. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. Make sure your spark plugs are good and you have extra spark plug. Make sure you have an extra belt. Make sure you have some sort of food and water with you just in case something ends up happening. Make sure your phone's charged. Make sure someone that's not riding with you guys knows where you're going and what your plan is, so if they don't hear back from you within a certain time frame, they can go looking for you or send some help. It's just all the little things. Do all these little things before you ride, just in case something happens, and just so you're always prepared. Just be proactive. I recommend taking a snowmobile safety course. I've taken one, my dad's taken one, my sister's taken one. The only person in my family that has not taken one is my mom. I know it sounds a little lame to go take a snowmobile safety course even if you're like 30, 40 years old, but if you're new to riding and you don't know much, you can learn a lot in that class. You'll learn the hand signals, you learn a lot of the trail sign meanings. You could definitely learn a lot in that class, so I'd highly recommend finding a snowmobile safety course. A lot of times they're either extremely inexpensive or they're free, so like, why would you not take one? So those are my tips for a new snowmobiler. I hope if you're new to the sport, this helped you out. And if you're new to the sport, welcome to the sport. It is awesome. You're gonna love it. Trust me, you follow these tips and you will have an incredible experience. Special huge thumbs up on this video if you guys liked today's video or it helped you out. Comment down below any tips I may have missed. And I noticed 85% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Like, I don't get what's going on here. Maybe you're just missing the big red button. Take a second, look for that button and click it. That's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Peace out.